How's it going, people? Welcome to this first episode of The Locker Room right here on Top 6 Fan TV. A happy new year to you. And for the first show of the year 2022, we have Mr. Ali G, resident Chelsea fan, one of our Chelsea fans. Welcome to the show. And of course, Mr. Acram, the Arsenal fan as well. Welcome to the show. And we have a fantastic show lined up for you, which will focus on a review at the halfway point or the midway point of the season on how the top six are performing in the English Premier League specifically. And we will also get into some transfer speculation because it is January and it is a fantastic time for speculation lovers. And we'll get right into it after this.
Oh, he's done it! Cometh now! Cometh the man! And it's that one, Bellingham! It's 8 goals in his last 8 Premier League starts at Emirates Stadium! Salah! Wow! What a strike by Mohamed Salah!
Ball down the channel, and it's played into Fernandes in the penalty area. Oh.
Aguero looking for the 1-2 Balotelli. He's won the title.
Haven't they? Here's Harry Kane. Kane goes for what a goal from in business here. Lukaku scores on second debut. It's only taken 14 minutes.
Brilliant. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, feel free to subscribe, like, and hit the notification button. And you can catch up with a lot of the action that we will bring you every week right here on Top 6 Fan TV. The show is The Locker Room. And Ali G, welcome back. You can say hi to our audience.
Hey everyone, thank you, Mathew, for having me. Glad to be here.
Brilliant. I like the jersey this time. No blue, but you want to. I can see you want to be in fellowship with the Arsenal away jersey as well. That Mr. Acram has on. Acram, you can say what's up to your people.
Yeah, what's up, fans? It's always a pleasure being here, Mathew.
Brilliant. We'll get right into it, gentlemen. Fantastic halfway activity or action in the English Premier League specifically from the traditional top 6 teams. If you're just hearing that for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, though I doubt that, we're specifically talking about the Manchester Giants, Manchester United and Manchester City, Liverpool, the London Crew, Arsenal, Chelsea and Spurs. And, these are the big boys. These are the big 6 in the English Premier League, and we monitor how they are doing. And at the halfway point, gentlemen, it's been a fantastic time and great performances so far. But what we're looking at, is Manchester City asserting their dominance yet again. Pep Guardiola's team, very dominant, and they're leading the table. If I look at the top 6 right now, teams, is Manchester City at the top of the table with 53 points, 21 games played, followed by Chelsea, who was second with 21 games played on 43 points. Liverpool have a game in hand, and they're on 42 points, followed by Arsenal, who are occupying the 4th place, probably a surprise package of the lot. And they are, after 20 games, have 35 points. And then West Ham, still maintaining their stubbornness, breaking that top 6. They're in 5th position on 34 points. And then Spurs in the 6th place with 18 games played, 33 points. And then honorable mention, I know we said we're stopping at the 6th, but honorable mention to Manchester United, who are in 7th place. The Gegenpress Masters, the new Gegenpress Masters, playing depressing football, as some people are calling it, at 7th place after 19 games played at 31 points. Gentlemen, what's your view of this halfway table? Do you think, how do you think this is going to end? How do you think the top 4 or top 6 is going to pan out at the end of the season, the way things are going? And give us your reasons why. I'll start with Ali G.
I don't know. I'm not so surprised about Manchester City. They have the squad depth. They have the quality. The manager is good. The experience is there. It's not surprising. As a Chelsea fan, I'm very disappointed at Mason because We're on top of the table. Man City were I think we're like 5 points at one time. Clear. But now it's very disappointing that they caught us and they're now like 10 points clear. So it says a lot on what other teams have to do, because the quality in other teams is, I don't think it's going down because all other teams are spending big. They're trying to catch up, but Man City has really dominated the league. And we may have like 3 seasons to catch up if we are to see any new competitor, anyone going head to head with Man City. We may have a long way to go because they're really spending big. And if you look at the rumors, they want to go really, really serious on a new player that they want to bring in. So I'm not surprised halfway season, but I don't think Chelsea will also stay in that position. They've been disappointing. Liverpool may come and pass them. So the table may change, the positions may change, but Chelsea first, second may still go to Liverpool, Man City and Liverpool. Chelsea third maybe. Yeah, that's what I can see for now.
And what about the other 3 positions? You've given us the top 3. What about the other 3?
The other 3 positions are
4th place.
Spurs has really picked up. I see Spurs coming. Spurs has picked up. It may come. Arsenal. What I can say about Arsenal is if Thomas Partey, if Ghana qualifies and really go through the group stages, I don't see Arsenal staying there because Partey has really been a strong force in that midfield for Arsenal. So if Ghana really progresses in the African Cup of Nations, I don't see Arsenal staying in the top 4. Manu, I don't think Manu is going to come back in. I see West Ham being the new boys, the same way Leicester did last season. West Ham has really been strong. I know when you mentioned about the London clubs, you didn't mention West Ham. You only mentioned Chelsea, Spurs, and Arsenal. But West Ham has really been a force to reckon on. So I think it will still be, at the end of the season, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea. West Ham may surprise us. Spurs may come in there. Then the 6th position, I don't think Manchester United will come. I don't think Manchester United will come because they have a lot of problems in their back room. There, you can see people are disgruntled. So maybe Arsenal may nick the 6th position. That's what I think. Yeah.
So very hostile. Anyway, we'll go with that assessment. Acram, you the Arsenal fan, can you react to that first of all and tell us how you think the table is going to end? Do you think Man City will lose out on being crowned champions?
Oh, well, his submission, because he backs it up with really good facts. However, I'll also give my submission the way I see it. For me, as far as the league table is concerned, at the moment right now, it's 50-50. I would say 3 of the top 6 teams are a bit disappointing or are having unexpected results, and then 3 are having the expected results that I imagined at the beginning of the season. I will start with Man City. I feel like Man City were good enough to defend this title. I felt like their competition could come from Chelsea. The reason being they had spent a good sum of money in the summer and on players that I really felt like they needed to buy. And I felt like their coach is now experiencing. But I've been disappointed by how Chelsea has been playing, especially in the last 2.5 months. They have gotten out of unnecessary draws and they have lost games they shouldn't be losing, and their lineup looks to be inconsistent. I think it's more of injuries. I think their problem has mainly been in the midfield. The inconsistency of Kante, Jorginho, Mount is off and on, and then and they heavily had to rely on their wingers who have not really produced what they wanted. And Lukaku, being Lukaku that we know, I think they expected so much from Lukaku, and he will give you those goals, that he will give you 16, 17, 18 goals, but he's not the kind of striker that would come and hit the ground running right away. Okay, I had finished with Chelsea, so now the 3rd team would be Manchester United. They finished 2nd last season, and I felt they had what it takes to finish top 4, maybe challenge for the title. and I think their progress has been hindered by the signing of Cristiano Ronaldo, and then having dressing room issues of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, now having a manager who they're
Akram,
not even.
let me just sorry for barging in, but could you just highlight in order of position you think they're what position you think they'll finish in at the end of the season
Oh,
as you
okay.
do your
What
recap?
position I
Yeah,
feel?
yeah. First,
Okay, I feel Man
you
City
can
is
give
going to
first
win
to
the league.
Arsenal.
I feel Man City is going to win the league. You
Uh-huh.
get me? And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
second position, I feel it's going to be Liverpool. It's going to be Liverpool, and I feel third is going to be Chelsea. Now, fourth
Mhm.
position, I feel like Conte has the guts to finish fourth and has the quality of players that can finish fourth. Arsenal too, as well, can, basing on the recent form they have been having, but it's going to be among those three teams: Man United, Tottenham, and Arsenal. Who is going to win games between?
Yeah, Ali G, as we get Akram back, do you think do you agree with that assessment? Between the fourth place being between Arsenal, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, and United. He's of course discarding West Ham right there. Do you feel that West Ham can nick a surprise in there?
Yeah, because if you look at the table right now, the difference between those three teams is 4 points. With 20 games, the difference is only 4 points. And honestly, Arsenal has been really putting in a shift. Arsenal has been playing very, very well. And they would need to take advantage of the problems Manu is facing right now. It's not good. They're drawing unnecessary also. They have so many problems. And Conte seems to have the experience. He knows when to win a game. He will come and the guys will come and fight for him. So I agree. Those three positions. That's why we shall have maybe two of those teams may play Champions League. One may be disappointed. So yeah, we still have some games to know what will happen. But I think Manu may get disappointed at the end of the season.
Okay, very interesting. Manchester United to get disappointed at the end of the season. Of course, they are having some challenges. Currently, Ralph Ragnick, the interim coach, their interim manager, godfather of Gegenpress, as some people have touted him, highlighting several issues there. Some players disinterested, lack of time to put in place the system that he would like to implement. It does sound like there's some issues. Half the team wanting to leave. You have the likes of Martial and others who are uncertain, the likes of Pogba. So it is a delicate situation at Man United, and they do look like they will struggle. But they do have the players to click. If they get it together, they do have the players to actually pull through. But Spurs certainly do look like they're in the driving seat with their games in hand and the caliber of the manager they have and the way they've been winning games. But I do feel that for Spurs, by the way, this man Heung-min Son, has been a big factor of their last run, and unfortunately, it looks like he's going to be out for the next 3 to 4 weeks with a hamstring injury. Now, Harry Kane has not yet, picked up the form that he had the previous season, and so with Son, who for me is the chief creator in chief, out, we may start to see Spurs struggle unless they bring in a credible, not replacement, so to speak, but a player to sort of supplement that attacking lineup to make things click in midfield. They will struggle. I think they need a supplier for Harry Kane, and Harry Kane needs to pick up on his game. But they do look like they're in the driving seat. For me, they look like they can spring more consistency than Arsenal can. And gentlemen, moving to the team of the season right now, the BBC did pull up a halfway team of the season so far, and that's what it looks like. Obviously, getting some feedback from their fans. But great stuff in there. Of course, you do see players from several other teams who are not part of the top six. But in goal there, I don't know whether that's a surprise or not. Some people, I'm sure Ali D would have expected to see Mr. Mendy in there from Chelsea, but you do have Aaron Ramsdale for the Arsenal, who has been quite outstanding, I'd say. And I can't argue with that selection. Lamptey at right back for Brighton, who for me is a surprise selection. I would have put the likes of Reece James in there for Chelsea. If it was me, I believe Chelsea had a fantastic defense, but the wing backs that gave them the momentum for the first 3 months of the season, that is Reece James and Ben Chilwell, being decimated by injuries, and I think that has affected their momentum. Together with the Lukaku situation, and then the central midfield pairing of Kovacic and Kante also being in and out of midfield. I think those are things that have disrupted Chelsea, and then so I'm surprised to see Lamptey in there. I would have put Reece James in there. I think he has been fantastic, deputized by Mr. Tomiyasu, Super Tomiyasu from the Arsenal. I think he has also been quite solid in central defense. Duffy there for Brighton, again for me a surprise. I would have put not to be greedy, but for me Gabriel of Arsenal has stood out. I think without Gabriel in that Arsenal team, that defense would leak a lot more goals in there. On the other side, Van Dijk, yes, has been solid, but for me, Mr. Antonio Rudiger of Chelsea has been a player on steroids. It is a mystery, and Ali G will be kind enough to tell us why you guys have failed to offer him the contract that he needs. He's one of the best defenders in Europe at the moment, and that explains why the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, the big boys are suckling for his signature, and they'll probably get it. Robertson, left back, that one I can't argue with, has been good. Honorable mention at right back is also Trent Alexander-Arnold. I mean, he's now the top, if I'm not mistaken, assist king at the moment in the English Premier League, in addition to his defensive exploits. So that's also a hot one. In the midfield there, they have Gallagher from Crystal Palace. Surprise package. I think that one probably makes sense. He's been a very good player. Declan Rice for West Ham as well. Solid player. And then N'Golo Kante, of course, for Chelsea. No one can argue with that. And then the front is where it gets interesting. Mohamed Salah, that one I won't argue with. Antonio of West Ham, I feel he has been inconsistent in the last month or so, which explains why West Ham fell away from the 4th place. But he still is a very solid player for the Hammers. And then Kai Havertz there for Chelsea. I believe Havertz has been Mr. Dependable for Chelsea, but in my view, I think Mason Mount, especially in the last month, has taken up the mantle for Chelsea at the front. So that's my assessment of that back lineup. Gentlemen, kicking off with Acram, what's your view of this lineup? Is it the best team of the halfway point? Where do you have issues with it?
My answer would be yes and no. I have a few issues with a few names. Starting with, I think Lamptey deserves that spot. If I'm not giving it to Trent, Lamptey takes it. In my opinion, he's been consistent since last season. The boy is young and he has a big future ahead of him. Duffy, mixed feelings. You mentioned Gabriel. I don't rate Gabriel that high. I feel like there's so many defenders. Rudiger, I feel Rudiger should be in that team. Van Dijk, I can't argue with that.
Ali G, we'll just switch right to you. Which are the players there that you have issue with?
Duffy, I would put I'll put Ruben Diaz. That guy is very solid.
Hey, Ruben
that
Diaz.
Guy is very solid. Ruben Diaz. Yeah. Then Harvard hasn't done anything. I don't know. I'm a Chelsea fan, but I wouldn't put Harvard in that team. There are guys like Bernardo Silva. I'll just switch it up a little bit and find a way fixing in Bernardo Silva in that team. Because that guy has been really, really solid. Mane, good. Antonio, he has had some issues, so I don't know. But once trusted, he can deliver. The rest
Yes.
of the team seems fine, apart from Havertz and Duffy. For me, also Lamptey. I would take the Arsenal guy. That guy came in. I remember we made fun of him at the beginning of season, but that guy has
Hey,
delivered.
super Tomiyasu.
That guy has really delivered. Apart from the jokes that we're having at the beginning of the season, we kept saying that he was brought in to defend Cristiano Ronaldo, but that guy has really put in a shift. Kudos to him. So Lamptey out, Duffy out, Havertz out. Yeah, I think those are the main guys. Gallagher, I don't know why Gallagher is shining. You know, some of those guys that can shine in a small team at once, because he's now the Chelsea board is considering bringing him back, but those are the guys that you can bring back to a big team and they won't deliver because they're used to maybe they're small team players. So I don't know whether his shine is coming from the experience or from the but hope it's just I don't think that maybe it's just temporary form, but if indeed he has really picked up and is ready to play for Chelsea, I'll be very glad to bring him back. Yeah, but those are the guys I'll take out and find a way of fixing in Bernardo Silva, Tomiyasu, and Ruben Diaz. Yeah.
Brilliant. I think those are fantastic additions to the squad. And we do know that we still have about 18, 19 games to go to the season. And I don't know, the odds might change and performances might improve here and there. But definitely looks like a solid 11 for the halfway point of the season. We'll move into transfer speculation. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, welcome to the Locker Room right here on Top 6 Fan TV. Feel free to subscribe, like, and hit the notification button. Kicking it off with some speculation on Spurs, their record signing Tanguy Ndombele, who has been, a bit of an enigma for me. Looking at making a move away from Spurs this month, and that's coming in from the Athletic, who have reported that Steven Bergwijn, who is also a very good attacking player for Spurs, but who all these managers from Jose Mourinho to now Antonio Conte seem to have failed to get the best out of, also looking to move away from Spurs, and with Ajax being quite interested in that. Fabrizio Romano, transfer journalist, reporting that one. So Ajax have put in an official bid for that one. Looking at PSG, we do have some speculation about Kilian Mbappe, who is rumored to possibly turn down a move to Real Madrid and sign a new contract with the French Giants. He's sitting on the fence with that move. This has been reported by the Le Parisien. And of course, it was rumored that Kilian Mbappe would possibly be looking to sign a pre-contract agreement with Real Madrid in this transfer window, seeing as to how he's in the last 6 months of his contract. So very interesting situation in there. Aston Villa in advanced negotiations to sign Everton's 28-year-old French defender Lucas Digne, who is understood to favor a move to Steven Gerrard's team. Remember, Aston Villa have already wrapped up the signing of Philippe Coutinho from Barcelona on loan. So Stevie G is trying to build a team in there that has already been impressive. Newcastle, the Moneybags, who have signed Kieran Trippier from Atletico Madrid, are continuing with their summer transfer business, and are looking at Burnley for 30-year-old New Zealand striker Chris Wood. That does not inspire confidence. They're also looking at Red Bull RB Salzburg's Switzerland striker Noah Okafor, to add to their team. Manchester United Portugal midfielder Bruno Fernandes, who was rumored this week to be eyeing a move to Barcelona, quashing those rumors, comparing that move to an April Fool's Day joke. So he did quash those rumors. Arsenal's Sead Kolasinac has held talks with Marseille over a free transfer in the summer, and the 28-year-old Bosnian left-back is out of favor at the Emirates Stadium, so he's looking to move. Of course, Arsenal looking to shift a lot of that deadwood. Sid Kolasinac coming on with 2 minutes to go in the FA Cup third-round tie against Nottingham Forest yesterday, baffling so many Arsenal fans, with some wondering whether there was a security issue as to why, he was running onto the pitch. But we'll be clearing out that deadwood. We'll be clearing out that deadwood, and of course, a lot of activity there expected from the Arsenal. Ainsley Maitland-Niles moving on loan to Roma just this week. But we do wait to see what the future will hold for the likes of Aubameyang, Pepe, and several others when they do come back from African Cup of Nations. Cedric Suarez rumored to be a target of Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid, and that is still yet to materialize. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Chelsea head coach Thomas Tuchel suggesting England midfielder Ross Barkley could be allowed to leave this month. It's very difficult to even accept the fact that Ross Barkley is 28. He's almost 30. This guy, it seems like, has been on loan early G for the majority of his career, which has been quite interesting. And then Manchester City midfielder Tommy Doyle has ended his loan spell with Hamburg in Germany, and is set to go for another short-term switch at this transfer window. And then finally, Manchester United have not received an offer for France midfielder Paul Pogba. Rumors swirling around that Manchester United made him an offer, contract for £500,000 a week, which I think he denied. And 28-year-old being set to leave on a free transfer this summer, according to the Mail. So that's the latest transfer gossip coming in right now. Gentlemen, what's your reaction to that? What are the big ones that stand out for you? I'll kick off with Ali G.
Starting with Pogba, if that rumor is actually true, because if you do the number as well, I think Manu is calculating letting him go for free and giving him 500,000. The 500,000 may seem quite high, but if you do the numbers, if you're getting him for free and you give him 500,000, it will make sense because also they get the money from the shirt sales. But then if you look at Pogba, is not the kind of player that you will destabilize your wage structure for. He's not the player that's going to deliver every game. There are some games that he comes and is totally off. There are others that he comes and is playing really, really quality things, and you will see that, okay, this guy is world class. So I don't think he's the kind of player that you would destabilize your weight structure for. So it's not a weight decision. I wouldn't back it up. So, but I don't know.
So you think he'll leave? You think he'll leave on a free this summer?
He might stay. The problems with Manu right now are very confusing. Even the players they have right now, everyone wants to leave. So they may keep him. When you have good players, you can use them to attract other good players. So they may use him to attract other players. That's the reason they will keep him. Well, other players like Martial might leave. They may build the team around the Pogbas, the Cristiano Ronaldos to attract other quality players. So, but in the long, actually, first of all, his agent is not a trustworthy guy. You can't have an agent. That guy, every time Pogba changes, he links him away from the club. Every time Pogba scores a very good goal, the next thing you'll see in the press, they're linking him away from the club. So, yes, so much chaos.
That's Mino Raiola for you. He's a very ruthless agent.
Pogba issues.
So if I were to ask Ali, sorry, Ali, if I were to ask, what is the big deal that you are looking or expecting to happen? What's the big transfer you're expecting to happen in this to happen in this transfer window?
This week maybe Mbappe leaving PSG, if not out from the Premier League, because if Mbappe leaves, he has always been linked to Real Madrid. I would want to see him leave and see if he can deliver, because they've really wanted him for so long. All the time it's Mbappe. I would wish him to leave the French league to go and see what he can do outside. Maybe that's it. But to Chelsea, my team, recalling our Leon left-sided guy, because we are suffering Chilwell's out for a very long time. Emerson, if Emerson comes back, it's what I'm really, it's what I'm really, because we are also suffering on the right side. Reece James is out, so at least Alonso is not the kind of player you're going to trust it for all the games that are remaining. So I'm really looking forward to recalling Emerson to come and play for us. That's the only thing I'm waiting for. Yeah.
Brilliant. Akram, what are your thoughts on the transfer speculation right now, and what is the big transfer you're expecting to happen?
3 big transfers. I expect Mbappe's transfer to go through in the summer, not this. Maybe a pre-contract. I also don't expect Paul Pogba to sign a new contract. As a rival fan, I also want him gone. So, I don't think he will sign an extension at Man United. And I think Haaland will also make the big transfer into the Premier League, either Man United or Chelsea or Man City, one of those.
Man City, not Chelsea, not Chelsea. Man City say they want to go all out for Haaland. Man City.
Well, we'll wait and see what happens.
Or even Man United. If Man United gets that money, if Man United gets that, Pogba is going on a free transfer, so probably there will be wages that would be freed. I see them going big for Haaland, so it's going to be a battle between those 3 big teams of England.
You know, right now the Manchester United board doesn't like anyone with that regular guy. I don't think they would want Haaland again to do with the mess that agent has caused them. So the Man U board, anyone to do with the Paul Pogba's agent again, I don't know whether they can bring back anyone. But Manchester City, they really wanted Harry Kane last season, because they haven't replaced Aguero up front. They wanted Harry Kane last season, they didn't get him. So I really feel bad for Harry Kane, because it was his moment to leave Spurs and go. But now they are being linked to Haaland also right now. So it means Harry Kane is going to, I don't know who advised Harry Kane to sign a contract for over 6 years. So I feel bad for him.
I also see Harry Kane leaving next summer. So if Man United misses Haaland, Man United or Man City, one of those two Manchester clubs will take him. I have a feeling one of them will take Haaland and the other will take Harry Kane. So I see it happening. Whereas for my team, Arsenal, as always, I don't see us making big transfers. We shall have a few names coming in, probably some unheard of players in French League and other Spanish League, like Tomiyasu. we will get linked to every good player in the market and we'll end up playing with 3 players.
Yeah, or as is the case right now, we are linked to half the defensive midfielders and strikers in the Brazilian league. Obviously, courtesy of our technical director. Gentlemen, we'll have to leave it at that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We will be back very, very soon. But you do have a fantastic week ahead. And Godspeed. Take care, gentlemen.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mathew.
Cheers.